cook stoves. I could spend a whole lesson talking about thermal mass heaters that run on a small amount of sticks that you can grow forever on a little bit of coppice in the trees. And I could talk to you about, you know, battery storage, solar powered systems that I've run on for a long time, and which batteries and what, you know, we cover all kinds of subjects. Some of it, of course, is agricultural, because it's how you supply your needs in a way that benefits the environment. And you can do it biodynamically in permaculture, or you can do it in all those other methods, as long as they're ethical. We're an ethical design science. That's what we are. Bill Mollison once said that permaculture is a little bit like a revolution. I'd call it an evolution. Leave the R off. I think it's an evolution of the human mind in the way we think. When we started to read and write, it's said now the new neurological sciences can actually use
epigenetics,
ultrasounds to see one synapse of the brain fire. We think now that the human brain actually got a little bit bigger when we started to read and write. We started to use reading and writing to describe the world. There was a time when we didn't do that. I think the human brain will get a little bit bigger when we start to intentionally design our way out of this mess. Because if you ask anyone who's done a PDC, and I worry about this, they'll say to you, it was a transformational event. I see the world differently. I see it through these different eyes. And people say to me, you've ruined my view of the countryside. So I'm sorry, but it needs ruining a little bit so we can get it right. Now, Bill said that permaculture is a revolution disguised as gardening. He's a bit more contentious than I am. He can be, he's the founder. But that's the way to think about it. Let's not get in competition with who's the better gardener. I mean, I know some phenomenal gardeners. You know, I'm an average gardener, I'm okay. I'm an average seed saver, I'm okay. You know, like, I don't think of it as good or bad. I just think of it, of course I'm a gardener, that's just the way you live. You've got to know that stuff, how you provide your needs. What I'd like to say is I can grow a lot of food on a very small amount of area, and I think that's what we need to improve. We need to take up less and less of the earth. That's the challenge. Take up less and less of the earth's surface to maintain our needs. I don't think there's a population problem. I think there's an intentional activity problem. We probably need the amount of people we have on earth now all working the right way to fix it. You know? So reducing your footprint, reducing the area. I have a student, it's very interesting, a lot of people don't realise the smaller the area, the more production per square metre. Did you get that? The smaller the area that you're using, the more production per square metre. So I have a student in Sydney who produces 70 kilos of food on 20 square metres of balcony every year. That's equivalent to 35,000 kilos on a hectare. You can't produce 35,000 kilos on a hectare. You can't. Not possible. But she gets that production per square metre on 20 square metres. Because you can be more intimate in the relationship. It's the relationship.
Can I say, is it, sorry, because I'm trying, because I got organic farmers who say they'll just